Have you ever wondered how to cook in the wilderness using only what nature provides? Today we delve into the fascinating world of primitive cooking. Imagine this. You're in the heart of the wilderness, surrounded by the symphony of nature. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, embracing an ancient practice that connects you to our forebears from thousands of years ago. Primitive cooking is not just about sustenance. It's about bonding with our past, understanding our roots, and appreciating the simplicity and ingenuity of our ancestors. It's about the raw, visceral satisfaction of creating a meal from scratch, using nothing but the gifts of nature around you. Whether it's fish speared from a nearby stream or berries plucked from a bush, every ingredient is a testament to your survival skills. So if you're ready to learn the basics of wilderness cooking, stick around. It's going to be an exciting journey back in time. To begin our primitive cooking journey, we first need to understand the essential tools and how to prepare them. Fire, the heart and soul of primitive cooking, is our first essential tool. Its flicker and crackle brings warmth, light, and the ability to transform raw ingredients into a satisfying meal. A well-built fire is like a good friend, reliable, steady, and there when you need it. But it's not just about striking a match. It's about the art of stoking and nurturing, of understanding its moods and needs. Next, we turn our attention to stones. Yes, you heard it right, stones. These are nature's very own cookware. Large, flat stones can serve as a griddle for cooking. Smaller ones can be heated in the fire and used to simmer soups and stews. But remember, not all stones are created equal. You want to look for dry, dense stones, free from cracks and moisture, which can cause them to explode when heated. Wooden utensils are our third essential tool. They are the extension of our hands in the wild kitchen. A well-carved wooden spoon can stir, scoop, and serve. A sturdy spatula can flip and handle food with ease. And the best part? The forest is full of potential utensils just waiting to be shaped by your hands. Now let's talk safety and preparation. Selecting a safe spot for your fire is of utmost importance. Look for a clear, flat area, away from overhanging branches or dry grass. Clear away any debris and create a circle of stones to contain your fire. Gathering dry wood and tinder is the next step. Remember, the quality of your firewood can make or break your cooking experience. Look for dry, dead wood that snaps easily. This will burn well and create a steady, hot fire. Tinder can be anything that catches fire easily, like dry leaves, bark, or grass. With our tools ready and our fire spot prepared, we're ready to start cooking. Building and maintaining a fire is a crucial part of primitive cooking. It's what transforms raw ingredients into mouth-watering meals. But before we dive into the culinary aspect, let's get our fire going. First things first, we're going to need a tinder bundle. This is a small pile of highly flammable material that will catch a spark and ignite quickly. Dry grass, leaves, and bark shavings work wonders here. Once you have your tinder bundle ready, we're going to need some kindling. Small, dry twigs and branches are perfect for this. They'll catch fire easily from the tinder bundle and start to build our fire. Okay, now that we have our tinder bundle and kindling ready, it's time to get things heated. Ignite your tinder bundle using whatever method you have available. A match, a lighter, a flint and steel, they all work. Once your tinder bundle is alight, carefully add your kindling. Remember, fire needs oxygen to burn, so don't smother it. As your kindling starts to catch fire and create larger flames, it's time to add some bigger pieces of wood. This is where your fire really starts to take shape. Add the larger pieces gradually, giving each one time to catch fire before adding the next. This will help maintain a steady, controlled burn. Now, maintaining the fire is just as important as building it, especially when cooking. You want a fire that's hot enough to cook your food, but not so wild that it's uncontrollable. Keep adding wood as needed, but remember to keep the fire manageable. As the fire burns, it will create hot coals. These are perfect for cooking. They provide a steady, even heat that's ideal for roasting, grilling, or even baking. So don't let those coals go to waste. Make use of them in your cooking. And that's it. Building and maintaining a fire for primitive cooking isn't as daunting as it might seem. It just takes a little preparation, a little patience, and a little practice. Now, with our fire roaring, we're ready to get cooking. Primitive cooking techniques may be simple, but they're effective and can create some truly delicious meals. So, what are some of these techniques? Let's start with one of the oldest methods known to humankind, roasting on a spit. Picture it, A juicy piece of meat spinning slowly over a crackling fire, the heat gradually seeping into the fibers, drawing out the rich, smoky flavors. This method requires a sturdy spit, a long thick branch will do, and a good amount of patience, but trust me, the wait is worth it. Next up, we have cooking on hot stones. This technique is as primitive as it gets, yet it's surprisingly versatile. Imagine a flat, heat-absorbent stone acting as your primitive griddle. You can cook anything from slabs of meat to thin bread on it. The stone evenly distributes the heat, resulting in a deliciously charred exterior and a perfectly cooked interior. Now let's talk about boiling in a makeshift pot. Yes, you heard that right. Even without a modern-day pot or pan, you can still boil your food. You'll need to find a hollowed-out stone or a large shell, fill it with water, and then add hot rocks to bring the water to a boil. From there, you can add your ingredients, maybe some freshly caught fish or foraged greens, and let them simmer until they're cooked through. And don't forget about the power of direct flame. For those who like a bit of char on their food, cooking directly over the fire can imbue your meal with an intense, smoky flavor that's hard to replicate by any other means. It's perfect for skewered meat or vegetables, or even for toasting a piece of bread. These primitive cooking techniques might seem basic, especially when compared to the gadgets and appliances we have in our modern kitchens. But they're tried and true methods that have been used for thousands of years. And the beauty of these techniques is that they don't just cook the food, they infuse it with the flavors of nature. With these techniques under our belt, let's put them into practice. Now let's put these techniques into practice and cook a hearty primitive meal. Imagine the crisp air of the forest, the crackling fire, and the joy of creating a meal from scratch with your own hands. We're going to use the skills we've honed to prepare a simple yet satisfying meal right here in the heart of nature. First, let's select our ingredients. We've caught a fish from the nearby stream, a wonderful protein source. We also have some wild vegetables and berries we've foraged. Nature's own grocery store. Remember, always be sure of what you're picking. Some plants might not be as friendly as they appear. Now, onto the cooking. We'll start with our fish. We're going to cook it on a spit, just as our ancestors might have done thousands of years ago. We've sharpened a sturdy branch to act as our spit, and we'll place the fish directly over the embers. The heat from the fire will cook the fish slowly, locking in its natural juices. While our fish is roasting, let's turn our attention to the vegetables. We're going to use hot stones for this. We've placed some smooth, flat stones near the fire earlier. They've absorbed enough heat by now. We'll carefully place our vegetables on these hot stones. The heat will slowly seep into the vegetables, cooking them to perfection. As the vegetables sizzle, the fish turns a golden brown. The aroma of the cooking food begins to fill the air, mixing with the natural scents of the forest around us. The anticipation builds as we wait for our meal to finish cooking. Finally, after a patient wait, our meal is ready. The fish is perfectly roasted, and the vegetables are tender and flavorful. We've prepared a simple yet delicious meal with nothing more than what nature provided us and the primitive cooking techniques we've learned. And there you have it, a delicious meal cooked using only what the wilderness provides. There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of cooking a meal in the wilderness. It's a primal, visceral experience that ties us back to our ancestors. A link to the past that's as tangible as the food in our hands. With primitive cooking, every meal is a triumph, a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. It's not just about staving off hunger, it's about proving to ourselves that we can survive and even thrive, using only the most basic tools and techniques. The taste of food cooked over an open fire, the crackle of the flames, the smell of wood smoke in the air. These are things that connect us to the world around us in a way that few other things can. And the skills we learn along the way, how to build a fire, how to forage for food, how to prepare a meal with the simplest of tools, these are things that stay with us long after the fire has gone out. So next time you're in the wilderness, why not give primitive cooking a try? You might be surprised at what you can create.